Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin. And today, for 10 minutes max, we are going to try to stick to 10 minutes and we are going to be giving a quick update on Pepe, the King Frog, and where I believe that Pepe is at. Before we get into the charts, if you guys could do me a solid and please like and subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just a quick reminder, we do these 10-minute videos every single day where we deliver you all of your daily alpha in 10 minutes or less. We always go over, but anyways, I've spent a significant amount of time, comparing Doge and Pepe, as I believe that there's a lot of overlap and, shared commonalities between Pepe's price action now in 2023 compared to Doge basically after, basically after the 2017, 2018 cycle. It was a more condensed version of it, but with fractals, I'm not concerned about the time frame. I'm concerned about how the market adopts something, right? You can pull a fractal on a 5-minute chart and overlay it on a weekly time frame, and it will play. For those that are familiar with my style, you guys know that I spend a lot of time looking at fibs, specifically fibs as they pertain to an asset when it enters price discovery, because they play so well. It really does. So even let's on the for the Doge chart, let's go to the weekly chart here. What are the odds, right? So we take, a fib extension from, this swing high to basically our range low of the bear market, interaction with the mid range. First pump goes to the 1.618, second pump goes to the 2.618. Again, this is just a standard fib extension tool. Look at the pop up here, 0, 0.5, 1, and then your 1.618, 2.618. And I did throw the 3.618 on there. Obviously, that didn't end up getting hit, but what are the odds that the global top happened right at the 2.618 within reason, right? Pretty incredible. And then over here with Pepe, what are we looking at? We have multiple months of reaccumulation, and then this first leg for Pepe took it all the way up perfectly to the 1.618. It tagged it, deviated above, came back, actually tagged it again right here. Then we had an aggressive sell-off, and now obviously we are very aggressively seeing a buyback, and for good reason, right? It was a very overblown sell-off, and of course we're getting some good news that Coinbase is now showing an interest in Pepe, as they'll be listing a vehicle to trade futures contracts with it. So I put this on my Twitter account yesterday, where you can learn just as much, if not more, from a rejection as you can from just slicing through a level like this. Because here's the thing, if the 1.618 is in play, and we know that it is because of how much interaction that Pepe has shown it right over here, then that means that the 2.618 is valid, and additionally the 3.618 is valid. Similarly to how over here on Doge, look at the interaction that we had over here, right? Like, very clear range. We zoom in, we initially swept the 1.618 and then rejected hard, went back up, deviated above the 1.618, and swept it just like Pepe did over here after an initial rejection. And then obviously moved down, one more rejection right here locally. Again, this is on the weekly time or 3 days, so it's high time frame. And then obviously we went up to the 2.618. So, we after this rejection here for Doge, we learned all we needed to, because now we know that all we have to do is throw on a 2.618. And if the 1.618 is in play, then this is a valid level we need to keep an eye out for. And it ended up being the global top. So this is really where all of my analysis with, Pepe began, was recognizing that, Pepe, for one, it has the name recognition, the memeability, the fractal mainly. For me, I love the memes, but I love the price action more. Obviously, that's as a trader where I've always found a sense of insulation. But I recognized early on, even going back to like my initial videos when we were down here, I said like Pepe has a real chance this cycle of being like the why didn't I buy it bag of this cycle. And so far it's shaping up to be just that. And our community's been in for a really long time. And meme coins typically move last, so just take that into account. We just hit a really nice trade. We bought this double bottom low right here. Like we literally bought this level right here. We bought this double bottom on Pepe. I don't know how long it would take, right? It could go all the way out here. My hope is that it would be sooner rather than later. And eventually if crypto starts doing really well, then maybe Pepe does something like this. You're going to look back on this region, in my opinion, anything between, kind of right in here. This is going to be looked back on as sort of the accumulation phase of a lifetime. That and I don't know whether we're gonna do like 3 legs or two legs, right? So here with Doge, right? You can see we did first leg, second leg, and then obviously a final third leg that took it over 50 billion. And with SHIB, down here with Doge, this was at 500 million market cap. SHIB right here is this was like a few billion, I believe. It did one big leg from there and then a second final leg, and it did go to 50 billion. What I'm really more focused on, or I guess less focused on, is the path in which we get there. I recognize that it's fun to speculate, and I'm certainly going to continue to do that. But it's more beneficial, in my opinion, to focus on, where's the ultimate price target, right? Rather than, how are we going to get there? Because a lot of that is random, and it's, chaotic, and people sell and people buy, and there's FUD, and a lot of it's just noise and volatility. But obviously this was a very pronounced leg one. So we're gonna have to wait and find out if we do, two more legs from here, or if we just go like, straight up in a straight line to 50 billion or something. But I do believe that this ceiling has been set in place for what is, kind of theoretically possible for, for Pepe. I think that Shib and Doge set that stage last cycle. And I don't see why, given the momentum, in the chart, that Pepe can't do something, very comparable this cycle. So it'll certainly be interesting to see how this plays out. Um, but I am still watching this fractal, and again, eyes on the prize. However, we get there, 50 billion. But then quickly throwing back on these fibs here. Um, I could certainly see like this 2.618 getting tagged, and then the 3.618 is just over 50 billion, which is a lot of there's a lot of confluence here for, again, my price target of 50 billion plus lines up perfectly with our final 3.618 fib extension. So a lot of confluence at that level. I'm very, very interested. I haven't sold anything. For my initial video that I made, down here. I bought a nice bag. I haven't taken any profits off the table for that Pepe bag, and I'm going to continue to ride it because I do believe that Pepe is set up to be, the best ETH beta this cycle. I do believe in it. I like the community. I like the meme, and I love the price action. And again, we've made it this far, right? In our fractal, we've made it this far. Why would we not finish it out, right? Assuming that there's no black swan events or anything like that. So, anyways, just wanted to give a quick little update here on Pepe, but I mean, it looks really solid, guys. Like, just even getting rid of these. Let's just go back here and just look at this from a technical perspective without doing any fractals. Like, this was a pretty clear capitulation that we saw. You could call this maybe your range low, and this was an absolute capitulatory leverage flush. And this thing looks, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than this. Here, I'll take it out of log and we can look at it. This was deep value, and you can see the raw demand for Pepe. And again, look at this, right? Just the simplest form of TA: compression, capitulation, leverage flush. Now we're breaking out. We've got the tailwind of the Coinbase news where you can trade Pepe futures, and I mean, it looks great, guys. And additional confluence is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is sitting just under 67K, and in my opinion, in the very near future, you're going to see Bitcoin finally start to push up, definitively above the previous cycle all-time high, which really opens the door to a lot of altcoins like Pepe performing extremely well. So very bullish Pepe here. I haven't sold anything. I'm still holding, and hopefully we see my price target of 50 billion plus get tagged, because we were we were buying it down here aggressively, ignoring all the FUD and whatever. And these shakeouts happen with everything, right? Like, look at this. At the time, Pepe was almost $4 billion up here. Pepe dropped 63% in 1 month, and now look at it, right? This game is not for the faint of heart. Whether you're holding Pepe or some other meme coin, like, you got to expect volatility like this. Everybody wants up only, straight up in a straight line. You got to have a stomach for this stuff. You can't buy an asset and have an expectation of 10,000% gains to the upside without the implication of, multiple 50, 60, maybe even 70% drops along the way. So just keep in mind that volatility that you're yearning for, that works both ways. All right. So just keep that in mind. These altcoins are not for the faint of heart.
Again,
But before you go, please consider liking and subscribing. This was 10 Minutes Max, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. If you check out the first link in the description below, you can sign up for our premium Discord right now. We got 2 hours a day of private live voice calls and Q&A. You get to see behind the curtain. I tell you every single thing that I'm doing in these markets, every play that I take. And again, that's for the entire Because Bitcoin team, not just me. We got active positions channels. We've got, TA channels, things we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X. Additionally, check out the second link in the description below where you can sign up for the BB Academy. If you want to expedite your journey into understanding these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective, we speed run all of that for you. We can save you weeks, months, and potentially even years of learning the wrong strategies from people that don't know what they're doing. We spent 6 months building out BB Academy, and it's all bundled conveniently and packaged into a nice, affordable course. Second link in the description below. And what I forgot to mention about the first link in the description below, guys, first link, within the next month, you are going to get access included in your Discord membership to our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. Guys, it is an absolutely epic product. It's your all-in-one website. It's got portfolio tracking, on-chain data, high time frame DCA indicators, derivatives information, literally everything that you need. And again, that's going to be included in your existing Discord membership for no additional cost. So join up sooner rather than later. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.